Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is all in the charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment, click the bell icon for notifications to know when I go live, like at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you appreciate the fact that I am doing this literally first thing in the morning, hit the thumbs up. I would appreciate the support. The nice thing about this, by the way, happy Cinco de Mayo for everyone celebrating today. I know myself, I will be having a margarita later today. Alcohol is kind of hard to think about at 5 in the morning. I just want to enjoy my coffee right now. So, but happy Cinco de Mayo. I hope you guys are able to get out there and do something fun. It'll be interesting to see who joins the live stream this early in the morning. One of the things that I appreciate about my audience and my subscriber base is that I have people from all over the world. That's one of the beautiful things about social media. It gets you engaged with people from other countries. So if you wouldn't mind, if you so choose, what I would really enjoy this morning specifically is what country do you hail from? What country are you from? I'll be curious also if DT is joining, because DT, every single time that I do a live stream in the evenings, it is the early morning for him. So this is evening time for DT. So I'm curious if DT is going to show up. Adam, hey CBG, finally caught a live show live from the UK. Fucking welcome in. Adam, if you have any questions or anybody has any questions, we will have time to do TA Q&A. So feel free as we move further along after I get through a few charts. Just drop your TA questions in, and I'm happy to chart anything out you'd like to discuss. There's one other thing I was going to hit on. The other thing I wanted to mention is that appreciate the support, guys, and the likes. The other thing I wanted to mention is, what's up, Alex? Man, you're up early. East Coast. Kevin, you are, well, I know you're East Coast, actually. But, man, you are up early. Very impressive. So this is hopefully your content before you go to the gym and fucking rep out some squats or some bench press. But today's a shoulder, bicep, ab day for me. I do abs. I train my abdominal region every day. I do some sort of ab exercise, obliques, upper, lower abs. I am awake now. I'm very awake. I got my coffee. No, I was going to say, the nice thing about this live stream actually is you don't need to catch it live. I mean, the benefit to catching it live is you can ask me TA questions, but you can catch it at syndication whenever you so choose to start your day off, right? This is really an initial look at the markets. It kind of sets you up for the day, so I think that is the benefit to it. By the way, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on even Instagram. You can find me on YouTube, and you can find me on TradingView, one word, it's right here. Crypto Bull God, no underscore, nothing like that. I have the blue check mark, so you can give me a follow there. But let's get into the charts here. You can see I've redrawn this line just based on the formation of the current two candlesticks. This is a 12-hour Bitcoin chart. Now, what am I watching for? I sort of hit on this yesterday, and you can see today so far. So this candlestick, this 12-hour candlestick, this opened at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it has developed all throughout the night while the Asian markets have been open. And you can see we opened around 28,800 and we wicked all the way up to 29,500. But really what I want to see for today, this is really the main thing you want to keep an eye on the Bitcoin 12-hour chart, and even you can look at a daily chart if you want. I really want to start getting a close above like 29,100. Why 29,100? That's going to push us above this purple 50 SMA, and it's all about getting this 20. You see the orange line? I want the orange 20 simple moving average to cross above the 50 simple moving average, because one of the observations that I had pointed out yesterday was that if we are truly in a similar state as late September 2020, which I believe that we are, I've said this emphatically, what you should see is something similar to what we saw back in September 2020, and that was once this orange crosses above the 50, price is pretty much, let's just draw out the orange. If the orange is going like this, right? If it's going like that, price is going to want to hug this line. That's really what it's going to want to do for an extended period of time. So that's really what I want to watch for on the 12-hour chart. And we're also, like I said, we're just coiled up in this triangular formation in here. So something's got to give. I think under the current market conditions, I think it is less likely that price is just going to do this. I think this is less likely. It's going to do something like this, or it's going to do something like this. Okay, it's one of those two scenarios. So that's kind of what I'm looking for on the 12-hour. Now on the weekly, wanted to take a look at this before going into the weekend. Today is an important day because this will be your last opportunity to catch a live stream before the weekend close. Okay, so very important to understand sort of higher time frame what we're looking at here. And you can see right now, this is actually very bullish, very good to see. You can see right now, what are we doing? We're fighting with this red zone of resistance I have between 28,800 and technically it's 31,800, although I like to just round and make it simple. We could just say 29,000 and 32,000, right? We could just be a lot more simplistic, right? But the technical area I have drawn is between 28.8 and 31.8. And you can see right now we're just sort of battling this area. Now, why am I saying this is bullish? This would actually be a bullish close if we could close anywhere similar to this candlestick. We have a long wick down here. We have a long wick expressing seller exhaustion, okay? Alex, thank you for the positive feedback. I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with me and asking good thought-provoking questions as well and engaging with me. That's what I appreciate. The wick expresses seller exhaustion, but the other thing to keep in mind about this weekly close is if we can close at or above 28.8 thousand, that puts us right in this zone. And if we close in this red zone, I would be tempted to turn this into back into a green zone of support until proven otherwise. Okay, so that's something. Go Birds. That's something I'm going to be watching for, okay? So this week, be very bullish if we can get up and close above 28.8. The other thing, I know everyone's been pointing this out, and it's a fair point. CBG, we've got a death cross on the weekly. The 50 crossed below the 200. A couple things to point out with that. First off, you can see it's flattened out. The more we stay up in this price area, the more this thing is going to want to curl up and get a golden cross. The other thing to keep in mind is Bitcoin has limited price data. I've said this time and time and time again. Yes, we've had no death crosses, you can see, but we also, if we go back in time, really, the development of the 50 and 200 started around this area. So not until 2016, really, or late 2015. It's not a lot of years to have a potential for a death cross. So that's why I was saying this didn't concern me. Okay, but those are the things I would keep an eye on for the weekly close. UMA, I just tweeted out. UMA may finally be making the move that I've been calling for a long time. I've been in this trade for a while. You can see it's pumping up 12.5% today. Okay, and the thing that I've pointed out here, and there are different time frames that you can take a look at. There's two key moving averages. There is, it looks like it is the 20 simple moving average, which is the orange line. And there is the 21 exponential moving average, which is the blue line, okay? And dependent upon those crosses and where the MACD has been at, when we've, in particular, gotten a positive, huge momentum shift in this MACD, and we've gone dark green in the histogram, and we've gotten above zero, we've gotten these massive spikes in price, okay? Right now, we came out of this falling wedge, okay? We were in a falling wedge. We've gone sideways, but look at the MACD. Look at the MACD and also look at this blue line. Looks like it wants to cross above the orange line. But check out the MACD picking up in strength and momentum, and we're getting above the zero trigger line. I think there is a strong potential. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you with certainty what's going to happen. It's just I've had my eye on this for a while. There is a strong possibility with the momentum we're currently seeing in UMA that we could get a push up to the levels I've been speaking at. I've been targeting 450 to 850. Now, you might say to me, well, that seems rather impossible. We've been hovering at $2. You haven't been here for a long time if you think that's a near impossibility. Crypto moves fast. Projects like the 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x very quickly, okay? I'm not telling you it's going to do that. I'm just saying to me, I'm looking at this chart and saying there is an increased likelihood. Now, where would we start to get some confirmation that things are going to really start to get juicy on this chart? First off, this 240 area is causing us a problem. Let's get above 240. You got to watch for UMA to get above 240. You can see this wick. This is a gravestone doji. This is a trend reversal candle. We ended up coming all the way down to $1.66, okay? So we need to get above this wick as well, which is basically at this psychological level of $3. Once we really start pushing back $3, push above $3, fucking game on, all right? The last thing I will say about this chart is, why did I circle this area? Well, it has to do with price confluence, but the other thing to keep in mind is the 0.382 fib retracement level, which is at 540, 541. A lot of altcoins have hit that retracement level. So if we measure the top of the wave movement all the way down to the bottom, once projects have bottomed, we've seen a lot of projects rise and come right back up to this 0.382. We have not done that with UMA. So $5.40 is a main target for me. Keep an eye on it. Arbitrum. Arbitrum has been getting a lot of attention. Not a lot of price data here. I have this on a 6-hour chart, okay? What am I pointing out here? We haven't taken a look at this in a while. I think someone had a question on this. Or I charted it out. I don't know which one. But I pulled this chart up and updated it minorly. But this is a 6-hour view on Arbitrum. Again, we're doing that. We're looking on a lower time frame because there's not a lot of price data. There's no bullish divergence coming in here. No bullish divergence coming in here in the RSI. MACD is just chipping and chopping around. Stochastic RSI is flattened out down here. It looks like it wants to cross and come up on the 6-hour potentially. But what I'm looking at really is price has been declining. You can see the declining resistance right in here, okay? But we're sort of coiled up in here now. Now, there's a couple potentials here that could take place, all right, in this sort of setup. Yes, we could continue chopping around and just go through the descending resistance. But I think the scenario that's more likely based on this setup, we're either going to pop our head above the descending resistance, back test, and continue moving up, or we're actually going to move down, consolidate a little more, and then move up. Okay, those are really the two scenarios I'm looking at. I have the areas of major price confluence that I've charted out here. And again, on this channel, what we don't do is we don't overcomplicate the chart, okay? We understand that there's a lot of volatility in crypto, okay? A lot of volatility. And so it's a lot easier to use nice round price points rather than being so specific that it doesn't make sense, okay, quite frankly. So the major areas of resistance that I have up here, well, let's talk about support first. The areas of support that I want to see hold is right between $1.28 to $1.31. Right in this zone, I want to see this area hold, okay? For resistance, you can see we have $1.33, $1.39, $1.43, $1.48, $1.55, and $1.59. Once we start pushing above $1.59, things are really going to start to get juicy. Looks like we have another resistance at $1.70. Once we start clearing $1.59, we need to come back and take a look at this chart. I don't have this on my watch list for some stupid reason. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add that with everyone right now. We're going to add this and we'll stick it up here. Once it starts clearing like a $1.59, we will take another look at it. Artificial liquid intelligence, Alethea AI. Now, I had spoken about the falling wedge yesterday, right? Now, this is on a daily, so don't mind this. I had this drawn on a different time frame. That's why there's a line going through the candle bodies here. But you can still see in relative terms the way I had it drawn on a different time frame. It's a falling wedge, right? What I had said yesterday, look for this daily candle body to close anywhere up in this area around 2.9 cents, and we got it. We closed right at 2.9, okay? Now, what have we seen since? This candle is immature, okay? It doesn't even have 12 hours worth of price data. We only have 9 hours coming in here, almost 9.5 hours, given it's 5:20 in the morning here, Eastern. And it looks like what we're having problems clearing right now, not surprisingly. You can see the resistance is at 3.1. But be patient with this one. I've expressed to you, given the narrative and the space that they're in, I expect big things from this, big rates of appreciation over the coming next several months. And coming out of this falling wedge, I think, is the first step towards that. The technical target is drawn here to be roughly up towards past 5 cents, 5.3 cents, right? So in relative terms, what I would expect from this, if there is a degree of strength coming back in ALI, thumbs up to everyone new tuning in. I would appreciate the support. John has disappeared on me. For those who know John used to be the enforcer on the thumbs up. John, I miss you, and I hope you come back to the live stream. I haven't seen you. I hope you're well. I hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you in a long time. But anyway, in relative terms, what I would expect here is I would expect some sort of move up into this area. Okay, that's what you'd want to see, right in between 4.6 and 5.9. We want to get up into this area and consolidate and then continue making strong movements up, break the all-time highs, and get up. I want to see us get up north of 20 cents, really, ultimately. So it'll be interesting to see how this one works out. It's a lower market cap. ALI is in the 200 range, so this thing has the potential to move very quickly. ACH, for all my Alchemy Finance fans out there, just wanted to give a quick update. There's really nothing new to report. This thing, yes, it's in a downturn here. It's trying to find, when you have a project, okay, let's just focus on the price action, all right? There's no bullish divergence or anything. This is a 12-hour time frame, by the way. You notice I like looking at 12-hour time frames. When you have a strong, look at this thing. When you have a strong parabola like this, okay, this is what we like to call a parabola, all right? Oop. That's a parabola, right? I mean, look at this thing. And if you can't see it because there's too many damn lines on the screen, look at this thing going up, straight up. It went literally vertical right at this point from 1.6 all the way up to almost 6 cents, okay? When it enters a parabola like that, yes, what you're looking at here is a correction, but this is also consolidation. And what the price is trying to do is say, wow, I got really overheated. Okay, I got really overheated. And what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to find my bearings. I'm trying to find the place that makes sense for me to ultimately land and stay at a healthy level. Right? To give investors the sense that, look, this is the stability. This is the stability I'm finding in the chart right now. And once I find that stability, that stable price, I'm going to continue to increase in value. So really, where could Alchemy Finance ultimately come down to? Well, hell, it could settle right in this area here. It could create a higher low relative to here. That would be mega bullish. We could come down all the way down to roughly this area right here, and we could double bottom. Or it still would not be bearish whatsoever to come down to this golden pocket that I have here, this golden pocket, juicy pocket, between 1.8 and 2.2 cents, and it would still be healthy. So we'll just have to be patient on this one. But it's just trying to find its bearings, right? The thing to keep in mind, though, is when momentum starts to pick back up into the market, okay, this thing is going to fly again. I have full expectations. Check out the Alchemy Finance TA video that I put up on YouTube back on, I don't know, it was a couple months ago, back in maybe, I'll guesstimate and say March, maybe February, but would have been February. I put that thing out in February, and I have expectations that Alchemy Finance is going considerably higher from here. Those are my expectations. So it's just trying to consolidate for the moment. Amsterdam. We got Amsterdam in the house. Welcome in, Johnny. God, I love this. I love this. We got people from the African region. We got people from Australia. We got people from the Netherlands. We got people in Amsterdam, the UK, Ireland. Fucking love it. Crush the thumbs up, everybody. Appreciate it. Flux. Wanted to give an update on Flux. I had tweeted this out earlier on Twitter. That's where you tweet generally. What's going on with Flux is someone might look at this chart and just ignore the blue arrows for a moment, but someone who's invested in this, has been in it for a while, they're like, man, it's been so fucking boring lately. That's what the market is designed to do. It's designed to weed out the impatient, okay? You have to be patient with your investments. What has this price been doing? Well, yes. It's been doing lower highs. It's been forming a base, lower highs, and now this is actually a higher low relative to here. But it's just been chopping around, right? I mean, it's just been doing this. I drew the arrow here. It's just been going essentially straight in this straight line. What's been happening with the RSI? It's been increasing in value. What's been going on with the MACD? It's been increasing in value. Not only has it been increasing in value, the MACD, but the other important thing to point out on the MACD, okay, this is on a weekly, this is on a higher time frame. This thing, let's get on an auto adjust here. I can't, it doesn't want to zoom in for me. I can't really show you, but essentially what I'm trying to show here is the zero trigger line is like right here. Can you see that with the horizontal dotted line right here? We want to cross up soon. This is getting very close to crossing up. When this MACD, you can see we actually have a slight cross down right now, but when this MACD crosses above this zero trigger line, I would expect around that time frame to get a massive explosion up. You can see the areas of resistance that I have drawn here. We need to clear 85 cents and $1, psychological level of $1. Once we start getting a weekly close on Flux, which is a Web3 play, go out and read about the protocol. Once we get a weekly close above $1, I think things are going to begin to get very electric within Flux, okay? Market cap ranking is around 164, 165. This thing has plenty of room to run. No reason this thing can't break the top 100. No reason it can't make a strong move and break the top 100. So keep an eye on this one. You're talking about, 58 spot in market now with a 1 billion. Oh, you're talking about, which one are you talking about? 58. I thought you were going to talk about Pepe. You talking about Pepe? Where the hell is Pepe at? I was just looking at that this morning. I was contemplating if we wanted to chart it out. Yeah, Pepe. Look, we can take a look at Pepe if you would like. I haven't gotten involved with it, but I'll tell you what. Social tokens, meme tokens. I know that what's his name had spoken about this. Raul Paul. I know he had talked about social tokens a while ago. Been keeping an eye. I might have to refill on the coffee in a minute. Coin market cap won't take part in it. If you guys want to chart Pepe real quick, we can take a look at it. But yeah, all the way up at 58. God only knows how high that thing's going to go. So very interesting. The other last thing on Flux, I just wanted to take a look at the Bitcoin relativity chart. Okay, this is going to again express strength or weakness relative to Bitcoin. You can see right now we are creating lower highs, okay? And we have this base here. What do I want to see? I really don't want to go below this region here. You can see there's a wick all the way down here. I really don't want to go below this region, okay? I'm okay tapping this. I don't want to hit it too many times because anytime you continue to hit support, it actually weakens. You can back test it 2 times, 3 times. Once you start back testing support more than 3 times, there's a very high likelihood the support will break, right? So whatever, I'm fine if we come down here and back test this once or twice, could care less. But ultimately what I want to see from this chart is, can you prove to me that you're going to express a higher degree of strength than you have historically provided back in September 22 and January 22. I want to come up, I want to break the descending resistance, and I want to create new all-time highs. That's what I'm looking at, all right? Now, what would that actually mean for price, okay? What would that mean for price? Well, in layman's terms, what that's saying is if we came up and we started breaking all-time highs, you're making a 300% plus move relative to Bitcoin. So that doesn't mean you're going up 300% in value. It means something more bullish than that. It means as Bitcoin is running up in value, you're exceeding the returns by 300%. So Bitcoin could be moving up 10, 20, 30, 40%. This is going up 300% in excess of that, okay, in excess. So yes, it's making a 10, 20, 30, 40% move. And in addition to that, it's going 300% beyond that. So that's really what I want to see in flux. Looks like that's all I had for the charts. I will pull up Pepe, and then I want to see what questions everybody else has. We should probably take a look at Ethereum as well. What other questions do people have? I'm going to hold on one moment. I'm just going to need a little bit more coffee. Oh, I know what I was also going to say before I joined this live stream. I did everyone a favor before joining the live stream, so I put a shirt on. Who the hell sleeps with a shirt on? I don't sleep with a shirt on. So I figured coming out in the live stream when 99%, I could actually check YouTube Studio to see the statistics on this, but the majority of people turning in are men. I don't think the guys want to see my nipples. Maybe if this audience was female, if I knew this audience was like 90% female, well, then I'd come out shirtless. Maybe I could bring in more audience. But I figured you guys would appreciate if I put a shirt on. So definitely dressed up today. Dressed up for sure for the live stream today. So let's take a look. We just looked at ETH. Good call out, Alex. We just looked at ETH BTC the other day. Not going to pull that one up. I just did commentary on that 2 days ago on Wednesday. But I do want to take a look at Ethereum, though. I do want to take a look at Ethereum. What do we got here? A lot of shit going on. What is... Okay, this chart is too busy. I don't really want to I don't know what's going on there. Let's take a look at a nice, simple chart on Ethereum, all right? Got a lot of charts here. Oh, that's not it either. All right, how about this? We'll go back to the chart we were just looking at. All right, for everybody new tuning in, trying to find my bearings on the Ethereum chart I want to take a look at. Man, why did I overcomplicate? I guess I'm just drawing in the arrows for the Elliott wave expectation here, so it's really not a big deal. We can take a look at it. Ethereum's up over 1% today. Let's just kind of focus on what's important for the weekly close. All right, for the weekly close, we're in good shape, okay? At the end of the day, what do you want to see from Ethereum? Okay, now it's important for Ethereum to do well. Why? Because until proven otherwise, it is the king altcoin. So goes Bitcoin, so goes the rest of the market. I've spoken to the fact that it's awesome for the market. It's going to be best for the market if Bitcoin continues slowly building some positive stair steps up, which are the basic building blocks to a bullish narrative, the higher highs and higher lows. Let's go nice and steady for the next few months and then enter a parabola towards the end of the year. And that will result more than likely in a higher blow-off top in Bitcoin, because you know I'm on record saying my main thesis, blow-off top in Bitcoin this year. The higher Bitcoin goes, the more capital and euphoria that will exist for altcoins. It's very simple. Now, Ethereum needs to do very well, because the higher the level of confidence there is in Ethereum and how high it goes, your layer ones, your layer twos, your dexes, all these things are going to run more massively. We need Ethereum to start going on a run like we saw back here, okay? Where it just, look at this thing. It just kept going up. It did not want to retrace. We see a red candle. Oh, it's all over. No. it's all over at 1,300. Yeah, we continued to go all the way up to nearly $5,000. Okay, so why is it bullish where Ethereum is at? And really, I'm not expecting anything monumental to develop over the weekend here, okay? We're above 1,800. Let's just keep it stupid simple. We're above 1,800 on Ethereum. Beautiful to see. We're right in this zone here. What are we doing? In actuality, what are we doing here, okay? Well, we got a low, we got a high, we got a low, and technically, this right now is a higher high than this, okay? So we have higher highs and higher lows coming in. Now, the main thing I want to see for Ethereum, and we'll take a look at the price indicators, the main thing I want to see for Ethereum are these three main levels of resistance getting broken, okay? You got 2,200. There's also a psychological level around 2,000. You can see actually here we could not get above 2,100 on these two candlesticks. But the areas I've identified are 2,200, 2,500, 2,800. Keep it stupid simple, all right? So once we start pushing up around this 2,200, 2,500, and 2,800 level, in particular 2,800, when Ethereum starts breaking up towards 3,000, and we get a weekly close above 2,800, fucking game on, all right? This is about as excited as you will get from me this early in the morning until I'm about 30 minutes into my workout. Once I'm 30 minutes into my workout, I'm good to go. Generally, don't talk to me before that. I'm not really the most talkative person this early in the morning, but when we're talking crypto, I feel fucking fantastic. All right. Let's look at the price indicators on Ethereum on the weekly. MACD looks awesome. Look at this. We're above zero. Looks great. Broke out above this negative divergence here on the RSI. RSI is very healthy. It's at 58. Stochastic, now let's talk about the stochastic RSI. Someone might say to you, well, this is crossing down negative. Yeah, but I'm not worried about it. You see this on a lot of charts right now with consolidation, where I would be neutral bearish on the stochastic RSI is if we were below 20, hanging out around 0 or 5 or 10, right? This thing is above 20, the trigger line. So this doesn't bother me that we're crossed here, because at some point, we're gonna flatten out, more than likely above 20, or maybe we dip slightly below 20, and we're gonna cross up, and then there's plenty of room to run to the upside. So nothing to be concerned about there on Ethereum. Now, would you guys like to take a look at Pepe real quick, and then I'm gonna open it up to questions. Any charts that you want me to take a look at? Let's take a look at the project that everyone seemingly is talking about. No coiners in disbelief. Yeah, we are definitely in a disbelief part. You know, something else I wanted to hit on that, and thank you, Alex, for your comment, because it reminded me to say this. Has anyone noticed that 25,000 hasn't happened? For anyone paying attention, right? Wasn't Bitcoin, and I'm not saying it still won't. I'm not telling you it won't, but what have I been saying the past couple weeks? Everyone has talked about $25,000 as this retrace level, right? It hasn't happened. What have I said on this channel? We are entering a part of the cycle, in my opinion, and I caution to use the word cycle because I'm not a 4-year cycle person, but we're entering a part of the cycle of this bullish uptrend, okay, for this fifth wave, where quite often what you're going to find, for those who are new to the channel, keep this important point in mind. You're going to find that retracement levels that the popular narrative is to hit, to come back to, it's not going to happen more times than not. It's just not. Keep in mind, I was one of these people. I like to point out times I was incorrect, because there's plenty of times I've been incorrect. There will be plenty of times that I will continue to be incorrect, right? And we need to learn from those things. We broke out above our 20, look what happened here. This is our all-time level around $20,000. Now, when we finally broke through, did we ever come back and backtest this orange horizontal line? No, we didn't. We went fucking vertical all the way up to 43,000, retraced to 31. Oh, it's the end of the world. This is the correction Bitcoin has topped. Nope. Now we triple tested this area, and then we just fucking continued higher to 64,000. All right, that's how the market works when it's in this state of when we turn from disbelief into euphoria. Appreciate the support, everyone, for everyone coming in. Hit the thumbs up. Crush it. It's early in the morning here in the United States on the East Coast, and I'm coming to you live first thing in the morning, and I hope you appreciate the content. If you do, hitting the thumbs up helps to circulate the material throughout the community. What questions do we have here? Would you please take a look at XYO? Absolutely, Adam. I appreciate you joining the live stream. Let's take a look at it right now. I was going to look at another project, but let's take a look at that. XYO. I'm not familiar, I don't think, with this project. Let's take a look at where it stands from a market cap ranking perspective. I feel like I actually have heard of this one before, but maybe not. 364. I don't think I feel like I've seen this, but I'm not super familiar with it. XYO. Okay, let's take a look at it. So not familiar with the project. Price data looks a little spotty here. What can we get? How much price data? Okay, so not a lot of price data on this one, right? So we can't go super high time frame, even if we go to a weekly. Look at this, okay? I don't know. I would get a little bit more granular with this and look at a 3-day. So let's take a look at what has happened in this chart. Now, the first thing that's good to see on this chart, you can see we were going, I mean, when this project came out in late 21, rough time to come out because we went through a massive correction in the market. Notice I say correction in the market, not a bear market. That's been my belief the entire time for reasons that I've stated before. You can see that this was like a death spiral, right? Well, we just popped our head above it. Great to see. Now, you know what this actually reminds me of? For those who have been paying attention to my live streams, this actually reminds me somewhat of Mana, Decentraland, and I'll tell you why. Because of the chart formation. So what I see looking at this is a pole, and now what I see is a flag, but also it almost looks like I could sort of draw a falling wedge here. I mean, you draw things, when you chart long enough, the patterns just kind of stick out to you like a sore thumb. Kind of looks like a falling wedge to me. Yeah, so you have a wide base up here, and it's getting narrower and narrower, right? Now, as price develops, could the pattern invalidate? Absolutely, but for now, we see a falling wedge and a bull pennant breaking out from this descending resistance, okay? Very, very good to see. The other thing we can see here is we made this strong move up and price came all the way down and we essentially back tested this area. Every time I chart on this channel, I note chart formations where you break out of descending resistance and the descending resistance likes to be back tested and then tested as back tested as support, which is very bullish. Drop me a comment if you drink coffee and what type of coffee you do. I like dark coffee. Dark roast. I throw a little bit of coconut milk in there so it's easier on the stomach. What else would I look for in this chart? Well, let's look for key areas of price confluence. First off, where do I want support to hold? There's an area. Looks like we're trying to. Not a lot of price confluence on this one. Looks like we'll draw it right here. There's an area of resistance I'd like to see hold, or an area of support I'd like to see hold, right between, it looks like we're going to call it 4 cents. It's really 4.2 cents. But right between we're just going to call it 4 cents and 4.5 cents. So I really want to see 4.5 cents hold. Now, areas of resistance, it looks rather obvious. There's an area of price confluence right there. Okay, red is resistance, green is support. All right, there's another area of resistance right around there. Okay, at about 5.8 cents. Let's keep it simple. 5.8 cents, 7.5 cents, and then there's another huge wick here. Does this coincide with anything here? I'd say there's another zone right around there. So these are your major areas of resistance here to keep it simple. 5.8, 7.5, And by the way, sorry, there's 2 decimals in here, so it's not, you know, I'm saying 4.5 cents, but it's really 0.005. So it's a half a cent. So I apologize. This is 5:45 in the morning. So I mean, give me a little slack there. All right. But anyway, anywhere between this zero, it's really 0.45 cents and 0. Now I'm confusing myself. 0.4 cents and 0.45 cents is the area of support. The areas of resistance are 0.58 cents, 0.75 cents, all the way up at the psychological level of a penny, and then 1.2 cents. Those are the major areas of resistance. Thank you for the question, and thank you for asking a question on a chart we haven't charted before. Kevin, I'll choose Jasmine only because... Kevin, welcome in. I don't think I saw you earlier, did I? Oh, you were here. Man, it's early. Man, it's early. You welcomed yourself in a while ago. Apologies. It's catching up to speed on the day. Dark coffee with maple syrup added. Nice. That's interesting. I might have to give that a shot. That's a really interesting concept. Yeah, man. I don't need fancy coffee. I just fucking love coffee. Someone said something to me that always sticks to me to this day. Real funny guy. He's not in my life anymore, but a real funny guy that I used to know. He said that caffeine is the only socially acceptable drug. It's the truth. It's the truth. I have coffee every single morning. I see you, Adam. Yeah, I need my coffee, man. If you looked at everything that I drink, okay, you could name out any beverage. You could say, CBG, you'll never have a drop of, because I drink water all day. I don't drink juices and sodas and things like that. We're taking away your wine. We're taking away your whiskey. We're taking away your coffee. What can you not live without? Go away with the wine and the whiskey. Whatever I could do without it in my life. Coffee, I need this shit. It's a fucking drug in the morning. All right, so getting back to the questions here, Kevin. Nothing really has changed on XLM, I believe. Let's take a quick look at price data. I'll be able to tell you. And I just charted that out recently, so I don't think it's value added to look at it. Yeah, nothing has changed. XLM tends to follow the price movements of XRP. So when XRP is looking like it's going to set up for a massive move, oftentimes XLM will follow. XLM can also take the lead as well, but nothing really is going on. So we'll take a look at Jasmine. This is one that I know we've charted before. I'd be surprised if we don't have some pre-existing price data in here from charting this before based on a blank chart, but I guess we're going to find out together. Yep, we've looked at this. I remember, see, I know my audience. It looks like we've looked at this on a 3-day, similar to XYO, because there's limited price data. So what we're going to do is we're going to update our train of thought here. Now, we've had this massive move up, right? Massive move up. We had this descending resistance. Oh, this is beautiful. Guess I would actually, well, no, I would redraw this because at the time I drew this, I'm guessing we were back in this sort of area. We sort of re-entered and then back-tested, but I don't really like the way this is drawn now that we're updating the price data. Honestly, the way I would draw it now would be like this. Because you can see we still have this descending resistance, right? We got to break above this thing definitively. We're trying with this candlestick. This is a 3-day view. We're trying, all right? But what I'm looking for, and I don't want to go below this line, by the way, which is 0.44 cents, all right? We can come all the way down here at 0.5 or here, but I do not want to go below 0.44 cents, okay? I have that line drawn for a reason. But right now we have several areas of price confluence that are causing us some temporary struggles and problem spots, okay? We have the descending resistance. You can see we're trying to wick our head above. We can't get above it. Once we break here, then we're going to face some resistance at 0.76 cents and 0.84 cents, all right? Really what we want to do is we need to ultimately break above here and get above 0.84 cents. This is the zone we want to get above. You can see, I mean, come on, zoom out and look at this thing. You can see that, I'm trying to think of the best way to show this so that the price data, maybe right like that. You can see once we start clearing our head above this 0.84 cents, I mean, look at this. We've gotten out of this region, which is very bullish. Now what we're talking about, the next major area, this is actually beautiful. You can see it very easily on a chart. Now we want to get above 12 cents. Excuse me, 1.2 cents. All these damn decimals. We want to get above 1.2 cents. You can see once we're up here, now we've cleared all of this price data. We've cleared all of it. So, Kevin, what I would tell you is, and let's come back to the chart. I know you'll come back to it with me. You're a very frequent subscriber coming back to the channel, and I appreciate that for everybody who consistently tunes in. Kevin, come back. We'll take a look at this, I promise, together. Once we clear 0.84 cents, we can take a look at it and talk about what's next after 1.2 cents, okay? So 0.84 is the first level, and then 1.2 cents, and then we can take a look at it. No, wait, hold on. We got a question. SK Nails. That's a very interesting username. I need to get some more water. Or as they say in Berks County, Pennsylvania, water. Now, I've had to train myself diligently to say water. It's not water. It's not water. It's not spelled W-E-R-D-E-R, water. It is water. May I please have some water? I've really had to train myself. Now I say water, but I used to say water. Could I have some water? Water. Funny. Where we grow up, how it shapes us. I grew up near the Amish, and now I live what oftentimes feels like a different country in South Florida. Very, very different culturally. Okay, let's get back to the charts here. I'll take like a chart, maybe like one or two more charts, and then we're going to call it a day. I need to get my day going here. For blow off, I think you mean blow off top. For blow off top this year, wood and bear market next year would really surprise. For blow off top this year and bear market. Yes, I believe I'm getting at the crux of what you're saying, and Johnny is kind of validating what you're saying. And I'll take Rune, and then I think we're going to call it a meeting adjourned. Most people, okay, and I am planning on, I've put the charts together. I just haven't created the video yet. I do plan on creating a video. Maybe I'll find some time for it this weekend. But I do want to take a look at charts that point to me being incorrect in my assertion that we're going to have a blow off top this year. But because I think it's important to look at all data points. But yes, I've looked at so many charts that are telling me that we are at the very least going to see some monumental price increases this year. Most people are following this 4-year cycle theory that Bitcoin has to do something around the halving, right? And I've tried to share with you that it's just for a moment, let's just try to think about this logically. You really need to believe in unicorns and fairies, okay? Little leprechauns at the end of the rainbow, like the Lucky Charms, for all those Lucky Charm fans out there, back in the 90s and 80s with the commercials at the end of the rainbow with his Lucky Charms. You really need to believe in that, to believe that every 4 years, Bitcoin is going to do the exact same thing around some halving date. Do I love the fundamentals of Bitcoin and the concept of the halvings? Of course I do, but it doesn't mean that I believe in unicorns, fairies, and leprechauns. That's not what I believe in, okay? So everyone is thinking, you know, if you watch a news channel, that prominent news channel that I watch to get up to date on news events, which he's very good at covering that, and I listen in the background. You know, if you want to believe channels like that tell you that, you know, Bitcoin's going to do this in 2023 and then this in 2024 and this in 2020, and by 2030 Bitcoin's going to be $1 million, go for it. I mean, that's just not my thing. I prefer to use the charts and make logical assertions about what is most probabilistic. That's what I prefer to do. I'm not concerned with what's going to happen in 2030. I'm concerned with the current price data and what it's telling me in the shorter to intermediate time frames moving forward. Longer term, but not 2030, all right? Not 2030. We're going to take a look at Rune, and then I think we're going to call it, I'm going to bid you adieu. Have we looked at this one? I don't know that we have. We haven't. All right, so this is on Binance. This is a project. I'm not super familiar with, but I know of. By the way, important tidbit of information. It depends when you go to sleep, DCF. Depends when you go to sleep. I got good sleep last night. Tidbit of information, when you drink your coffee, it's good to drink water with it, which I'm going to need to refill in a minute, because the coffee can stain your teeth. So very good to drink water with your coffee so that the coffee doesn't sit on your teeth and stain your teeth. So there's a little tidbit of information. We're going to look at a weekly on this because there's enough price data. The first thing I would point out with Rune, ticker symbol, spell the word Rune. If you can't, feel free to jump off the channel if you cannot spell the word Rune. This is an area of descending resistance. Okay, we need to break above this. There's also an area of support that I want to draw here. Wouldn't be right to draw it right there. Red is resistance. Green is support. There's an area of support right around $1.12. $1.12. Thank you for giving me a chart. Thank you for giving me a chart where I can actually read the decimals. I was struggling earlier, this early in the morning, with some of these other charts. Okay, here we go. Well, this is at least good to see because I was looking at this. You can see there's price confluence here with this wick, with some price action here with all these wicks over here. So there's really an area of support ultimately. The first thing I would point out with this chart on Rune, we want $1. Okay, $1 is a psychological level, so that's not surprising. We want between $1 to $1.12 to hold as support. That is key number one. Thank you for everyone new tuning in. Give support for the man who's live streaming, who started live streaming at 5 Eastern time, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Show some love and support for CBG. Why do I talk in third person sometimes? I really don't know. The other thing that I would point out, I would probably draw it right about here. Do you also see this? There's another area of downward resistance. Very easy to see in the chart. This is a high, a lower high, a lower high, and what that's formulating is some descending resistance, right? So we have some shorter term intermediate descending resistance we need to clear above, and then we have this major area of descending resistance. So what other areas of price confluence besides descending areas of resistance can we expect to run into problems? Again, this is on a weekly time frame. And we'll take a look at the price indicators in a moment. There's an area right around, okay, $2. Again, psychological level. $2 is going to be an area of resistance. There's another area of resistance right up here at about $3.12. You see how I'm drawing this? Very simple. Wick, 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 candle body, wick. I mean, very easy to find these areas of price confluence. So I like the chart because it's very clean in that respect. I like clean. Another area of resistance right there at $1.74. I think that's enough. I think that's enough to go off of. I mean, you could draw one right there. Let's not get too cute with the chart. Although maybe we do want to draw one more area because there's a big gap that I have drawn between 2 and 3.12. So let's try to find one more price area. That's good for me. All right, so we're going to make that 260. Keep it nice and simple. We like to keep things simple on this channel. This is $2. This is, I mean, we can keep it at 312. What's everybody hitting at the gym this morning? I'm doing shoulders, biceps, and some abdominal work. What's everybody doing? And some light cardio. I do cardio every day. Just depends on the intensity level. I do intermittent sprints twice a week. Used to do it three days a week, but that's a little too much. You get your sleep in a bear market, and you never sleep during a bull. Fuck yeah. It's a fucking bull market right now, brothers and sisters. What was I saying? Oh, so getting back to the chart, need to wake up. Figured I'd be awake at this point, you know. It's funny, I can actually look up a YouTube video and watch myself in replay here. There's a delay. Anyway, what I would look for on Rune is we need to break this shorter term intermediate descending resistance. Now we have these huge pockets of price confluence we need to break above, and I've clearly marked them here on Rune. We have $1.74, $2, $2.60, and $3. When we start to clear $3, that's when you should start to get a little bit bullish. A little bit, not uber bullish, but a little bit bullish that now we're going to start interacting with this line. Now remember, I have told you time and time and time again, guys, trying to help you out, that if you miss this thing, when you look at this descending resistance, what do we often do? As we start to clear out above the descending resistance, we often like to come back and backtest if you miss the move and then continue moving up. So keep an eye on that. Last thing I want to take a look at with this chart are just the price indicators. Okay, MACD, where's the zero? Zero trigger lines right here. We got a little bit to go, RSI is oversold at 41, okay? RSI has plenty of room to run to the upside. Stochastic RSI is crossing down now. It's not below 20. You see the blue number? It's at 24, okay? 24. So I just want to stay above 20, and I want to get that positive cross up, and then you got this MACD that I want to see. You can see we're kind of fading out on the strength relative with the rest of the market. I want to see the green. I want to see these dark green histograms, and I want to see this thing continue to push up and get above zero. Okay, we're close. But as the MACD starts to close above zero, as the stochastic RSI maintains itself above 20 and we push up, and the RSI expresses a higher degree of strength and we push above 50, all right? That's when you're going to start to see some real strength develop in this chart, and we're going to be starting to break above $3. So keep an eye on that. TA trend-based fibs. Harmony should hit its 4.236 extension at about 163. Glad I was buying in December. Well, I mean, DCF, what I would say is I wasn't 4.236 extension and around $1.63. I think $1.63, I'm not saying it isn't possible for Harmony One, but if you I have a video out there for all my Harmonauts in terms of realistic price targets that I'm looking at. I believe the most bullish scenario that I looked at for Harmony One, this is off the top of my head, and you can validate this by watching my video, so take somewhat with a grain of salt the number I'm about to give you because it's in the video, so go to the video. But I think my maximum target for Harmony One, I think, was like at $1.20 or $1.30. That was my most bullish case. So yeah, $1.63 would be, to me, unexpected if it went that high. That would be monumentally unexpected. But something closer to $1 is what I'm looking for. So, but hey, I appreciate the enthusiasm. If it hits $1.63, it certainly benefits my portfolio. I'll say that much. I appreciate everyone new and everyone returning who tuned in. If you're catching this in syndication, should have a great set startup for the day to see how the markets are doing here. Bitcoin's up 1%, Ethereum just over 1%. Harmony One and HBAR, they like to be stable coins at that 2 and 6 cent area. Everything is a stable coin right now until it really picks up. We've spoken to that in the past. Come back here on Monday, and we will see how the weekly close is set up. We'll see how we're looking for May. We're only going to be 1 month into May. I do not believe May is sell in May and go away. I think a lot of people will be you do what you want to do, but I think we're in a very interesting and exciting time within the market. So we'll have to see how May closes, but things are setting up very, very nice. I've spoken to the monthly closes before. So guys, if you appreciate the content, make sure before you close out just to give a thumbs up for the channel. Share this with at least one person. And until next time, have a good weekend. Do something fun. Get out, get some fresh air. Get away from the charts. Spread awareness. Let's spread awareness and let's carry the education forward, everyone. Take care and have a good weekend, all right?